What's up, yins, guys? Welcome back to Fishing PA with Ryan Reed. You guys know that I've been focused on the sport of muskie fishing and chasing muskies in 2020. I've been trying to learn as much as I can about the muskie as a fish and the tactics that we use to catch them. And I've got to admit to you guys, I've had a tremendous amount of help this year. I've had help from guys at Muskies Inc., Chapter 16, guys that will share information, guys that will take you fishing. It's really helped me cut the learning curve. However, another way that's helped me cut the learning curve this year has been to hire a fishing guide. Now, Chautauqua Lake, one of the most beautiful bodies of water I've ever fished. I love that lake. It's a very clear lake. There's a lot of different species. It's a very healthy lake. Very good weed structure. However, if you don't know what you're doing on Chautauqua, you could be in for a long day. And I've experienced that many, many times. So in walks in Muddy Creek Fishing Guides. Now, you guys may listen to the podcast, the Fat AZ podcast. Some of you guys may have fished with Todd or with Vance. Some of you may have seen their stuff on social media. Bottom line, guys, hiring Muddy Creek Fishing Guides has helped me become a better fisherman over the past 2 years. It's helped me cut that learning curve, especially trolling and especially on Chautauqua. So what I wanted to do in this video is just highlight Muddy Creek Fishing Guides, tell you guys a few stories, roll some footage from the past 2 trips, and hopefully it gives you guys some good insight on what it's like to take a guide service on Chautauqua and to really fish with Todd and Vance out of their boat. So we're going to do this in 2 parts. We're going to do our first trip with Vance and then our second trip with Todd. And again, you guys will get to see some of the footage and really just take a look at the boat, take a look at the lake, those types of things to get you guys fired up about fishing with them on Chautauqua. Now this year, Seaman, my brother, reached out to me early on, some point in January, and said, hey, I went out, I lost a muskie, I really want to try to get one this year, book me a trip. So what I did was, I knew I already had a trip planned with Todd in September, and really, I wanted to try to get a day with Vance. So what we did was we reached out to Vance, super easy process, booked us in for a day. Now we got to fish around a new moon and I was super excited about this trip. I had the feeling that my baby brother was going to get his first muskie ever. That was the mission. That was the plan. It was for me to go on and really drill Vance for information, try to learn as much as I can and help Seaman get his first fish. And that's exactly what we did. Now, for those of you that haven't fished with Vance or you haven't talked to him, just know this. Vance is very motivated. He's very confident and he's very skilled at muskie fishing. He's learned from one of the best ever in Todd Young. So Vance is a great boat captain and really you're going to have a lot of fun on the boat with him. So with that said, we got up to Chautauqua. We stayed at Camp Chautauqua. Really awesome campground. If you guys haven't stayed there, it's really worth the price to stay there, especially with the dock there. You can do some night fishing, as long as you're not around the boats. So that was really cool. But the nice thing is close proximity to Muddy Creek Fishing Guides. So we got up to Chautauqua. We fished for perch the day before, had a blast. It was so much fun. And then we got a call from Vance to kind of set up for the next day. So Vance, what he did was he came up to camp, he sat down and he gave us the rundown. He explained everything about the day, what was going to happen. It was right on the fringe of those warm water temps. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've seen some stuff on social media, negative about Muddy Creek, but I can tell you, Vance took the time to explain it to us, said, hey, once we hit a certain degree, we're off the water. We're not going to risk the health of the fish. So for anybody that's concerned about that, I lived through that process with him. And I know that he had canceled trips up to that point with people. And then we got a ton of rain. And guess what, guys? The temps came back down. It rained all night that first night. And it rained all freaking day when we were out on the water, as you guys will see here in the clips. So we were really in a good position to catch some muskies. So basically we go out again, having a blast with Vance on the boat. We're talking about some things, the weather was a little bit rough. We knew what we were going to be in for. But eventually, if you troll long enough and you put your baits in the zone long enough, they're going to get bit. And I was super excited. because Seaman got his first muskie on this trip. So we made an awesome memory with Vance, and right now I want to show you guys that footage, so hopefully you like that.
There you go.
Jump.
Nice.
That's it right. Holy, the 30-incher. It hammered that bait. It's okay. Just take him back. Let him go back.
Let him go back. Let him go back.
Look at that.
Yeah, he crushed that bait. Here, I got the net. I got the net. Why won't my camera work?
One dead.
Nice job. Nice. Yeah. You're up next.
All right, guys. Well, the day wasn't over. We got one fish in the bag. You know, I was really looking for a big bite. I wanted a healthy muskie. So we kept trolling. We kept grinding. You know, muskie fishing can be that way. You can be on the water and not catch a fish. It's possible. It's happened. You know, it's happened to me just about every time I go out. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's always in the back of your mind. We kept fishing. We had fun, and there was no pressure. And that's what it was like to be out with Vance. Eventually, rod goes off. Fish number 2. Roll that footage.
Never stopped.
Yeah, I got it.
One more murder. Hold that right there.
So that was a really cool fish for me. Beautiful fish. I loved everything about that one. At this point, I'm thinking, wow, this was a great day. We got 2 fish in the bag. But Vance wasn't ready to stop. We had a pretty major storm roll in, and we got pushed from the lake. So we had to make a run. We ran down the lake. We went over to the state park, and we actually got to eat lunch right there, which was awesome. So storm passes. We get back out on the water. We're on the water for about an hour, hour and a half. Zip, 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 zip goes the rod, and here's the 3rd fish.
There you go, baby. Just put. You want me to pull the net out?
No. Okay. Oh. That head down. Whoa!
Whoa.
That's good.
Just keep cranking.
Switching like that.
This looks like a good fish, maybe. Yeah, baby. I'm not on your way up here, am I?
No.
Oh, nice.
So at this point, we've got 3 fish in the bag, and I'm super pumped. This equals the best day I've ever had on Chautauqua. And guess what? Along the lines here throughout the whole day, I'm asking Vance questions. I'm asking him questions about lures and lure lengths when you're trolling and where you're trolling, how you're trolling, casting. You know, we're talking about all these technical aspects to fishing, and I'm just drilling information into my brain. And really, guys, that's what this is all about. You get to talk to these professionals. You get out there and you catch some fish. The fish are the bonus. You're out there to learn as much as you can from these guys. And Vance was willing to talk, willing to share, gave me a ton of information. So we've got 3 fish in the bag. I'm thinking this is a great day. I didn't even want to take any more fish. I wanted Corey to, but we decided to split. That's what he wanted to do. So as we're trolling around, we're in this bay. We're in X amount of water. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, it's going to rain again soon. And zit, zit, zit goes the rod. And here's the footage from the 4th fish.
Got it.
The fish definitely ate it.
Yeah. You're just everything you said today, and then once it's in the, just let it open.
It's stuck on the top.
Everything you've said, bees, spiders, snags, they've all happened.
50-inch fish.
Yeah, that one.
So guys, bottom line, Vance and Muddy Creek Fishing Guides helped my brother get his first muskie this year. Probably my favorite fishing moment of the year, to be honest with you. It was just super pumped to see him hold that fish, even though it was like a 30-inch fish. It was just so cool to watch him hold that, and then to see his hand literally like this. And then I asked him, what was it like to hold that fish? And it was like words couldn't come out. The one word that he used was surreal. I've talked about this so much to him, and for him to finally get that was a memory that I'll never forget. And I can thank Vance and Muddy Creek Fishing Guides for that. So guys, we ended the day with 4 fish, 4 beautiful Chautauqua Muskies. I've never had a 4-fish day before. And that was something special again to share with my baby brother. So guys, again, just to recap this, Vance is an excellent fisherman. Again, he learned from the best in Todd Young. He's been doing it every day. He's on the water. Awesome boat you get the fish out of, with that Ranger. I mean, you can learn so much information from these guys, and they're willing to share. So that's it for part 1. I just wanted to talk about the trip. It was such a fun trip, man. It was just so much fun to be out there with C, fish Chautauqua for a day by ourselves, and then get out with Vance and fish with Muddy Creek and get some fish in the bag. So what I'll say is check out their social media, Muddy Creek Fishing Guides. I think it's mcfishingguides.com. Check out Instagram, Facebook. They do post some of the fish they catch. And if you guys aren't listening to the Fat AZ Muskie podcast, you've got to do that. It's a great podcast. Great guys with Andy, Todd, and Vance on there. They have a lot of cool guests. They just did one recently with Jared Sayers. They did another one with Pete Mena. There's a lot of cool guests that go on there, and it's just a fun show to listen to, especially for me in the car, an hour and a half each way to work. So that was my spiel. I just wanted to show you guys how much fun I had on this trip, and really, fishing is about making memories. It's about making memories with friends and family and just catching fish and learning as much as you can about the sport. And for me this year, it's all about muskies. Learn as much as I can, catch as many fish as I can, and just be thankful and enjoy every single moment that you get fishing. So if you guys like this video, you like the footage, you like Muddy Creek Fishing Guides, Fat AZ, these baits here, you got the Raptors here, sweet looking baits. If you guys like this stuff, hit that like button for me. Go out to their social media, follow them. And if you guys are interested, reach out to Todd and Vance and book a trip. I can promise you it'll be well worth it. You know, learn first, catch fish second. And it's an awesome, awesome thing. On to part 2, Muddy Creek Fishing Guides. That's what we're going to do. So until then, tight lines. We will see you next time.